Walk with me, walk with me, walk with me. Let's walk the talk.
Welcome to the Walk With Me show. My name is RK Favored, and as usual, this is a place where we walk the journey together. And today, according to the current situation of our nation as well as the whole world, there's a lot of anxiety. Our show today will be coping with COVID-19 anxiety. And I'm not alone in the studio because I'm joined by a counselor, a nurse at Kenyatta Hospital. And she is none other than Matekwa, Tabitha. Tabitha, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you, my sister.
Good to see you.
Yes.
Yes.
How have you been?
I'm fine.
Yes.
I'm doing well.
Yes.
My name is Tabitha Matekwa.
Yeah.
I work in Kenyatta National Hospital.
Yes.
I am a nurse. I'm also a counselor. Yes.
Good. Tabitha,
Yeah.
there's a lot of anxiety, especially in this season.
Yes.
And more so, people are having the excessive fear, the persisting, worry. And everywhere you go, everybody is telling you now, what next apart from this? What will happen after this? And today, this is why I've decided today, we tackle something we are calling that anxiety, especially in this COVID-19 pandemic season.
Yeah.
Maybe to ask Tabitha, what is anxiety?
Anxiety is a worry.
Yeah.
Or even as your body tries to cope with a perceived threat or an imagined threat or something that is already there. For example, right now we are having COVID-19. It's already a threat to so many people and it has created a lot of anxiety. Yeah.
Okay. In other words, it's something that is, it's like an action in your mind.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You don't know what will happen, or like you are anxious. What next apart from this?
Yes.
And when you talk of anxiety,
Yes.
how can one know that is anxious? Because people look normal,
Yeah.
but you cannot tell that you're anxious, not unless someone tells you, and you are anxious.
Okay. For you to know that you are anxious, there are people who will have a rapid pulse. Some of them will have extreme worry. You are thinking so much, or you are not even able to concentrate. Some people will even start sweating when they think about that pandemic. Maybe, like, for example, you had gone out, you've come back to the house, you've forgotten to wash your hands, and you are so worried. Maybe I have just contracted the COVID-19. You are really worried about it. So that is one way to say that maybe you are very, very anxious. Some people may not even be able to sleep. Right now, we have people who work in the hospital. Their children are worried, and you'll find even the children presenting with a lot of anxiety. Sometimes they are sleeping in the night and they wake up and come to the bedroom of the parents. Mom, are you there? Are you okay? This means this child is anxious. We have children who are candidates right now, and because of them being candidates and the school have been closed, what is happening? These children are very anxious. Some of them are not even able to do their homework, and it means this child is very anxious, and we as parents, we need to do something. Yeah.
When you talk of children are anxious,
Yeah.
in other words, you want to mean anxiety can be in both cases,
Yeah.
adult and children.
Yeah.
How?
Adults can be anxious. Right now, when you're having this pandemic, this is what is happening. So many businesses have been closed. Again, some people, maybe they had not even paid the rent. I hear before the curfew was put, some people had already started going up country, and even maybe they had not even paid their houses. Some of them, they are not able to continue with life because they have nothing to put on their table. Please, even as we are here, remember, there's somebody who doesn't have food. Why? Because he depends on a daily living where they have to go out every day, get the daily bread, and we need also to be our brother's keeper. So remember, adults are anxious. They don't don't know how to provide that daily bread. Again, these children, again, they are very anxious. They are worried. COVID-19 is there. There's a lot of news going on in the TV, and what is happening? These children are just soaking in. You as a parent, what are you doing? Are you listening the news together with your children? Are you able to guide them so that they can take in what is good and leave what is not good? Yeah.
So in other words, even children can be anxious.
Yes.
As well as the adult.
Yes.
Maybe Tabitha,
Yeah.
would you take us through to now the triggers?
Yeah.
Because I understand it's a fear,
Yeah.
as have you said,
Yeah.
the excessive one.
Yeah.
But what exactly triggers anxiety?
For example, let's say right now we are talking about the COVID. If you had gone out and you have met somebody who maybe just sneezed while you are passing,
Yeah.
that can be a trigger. It can actually be a trigger. Let's say like you have a history of a trauma or something happened to you when you are very young. Let's say, for example, you are sexually abused, meaning already there is a trauma existing. And that existing trauma can trigger a lot of anxiety to you. Also, there are people who have got excess phobia, excess fear. Again, there are people who like, for example, they like washing their hands frequently. They have a lot of that compulsive behavior where there are people who like being so perfect. Such kind of people can also have extreme anxiety because they are really afraid of this COVID-19. Yeah.
Talk of perfection. Because I honestly know there are so many people that are so much perfect.
Yes.
And especially in this season, we are told every time, wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
And you
wash your
find
hands.
sometimes you forget
Yeah.
to do the washing of the hands.
Yeah.
In other words, you want to tell me that can as well trigger anxiety?
It can actually trigger the anxiety where you are used to this kind of behavior. Okay, right now we are having a problem because now it's like a new culture we are learning. I know even at home, when I go home, I was used so much to hugging my son.
Yeah.
But right now, we have looked for a way now to greet each other using our hands or even sometimes doing like that. So you can imagine such kind of things can really trigger a lot of anxiety. Yeah, because now even the child does not understand, why doesn't my mom want to hug me now? Why doesn't my mom want to kiss me? All this, or why do they not want to embrace me? And you're used to even embracing your children. So much has changed with COVID-19, and that's why I'm saying, especially for our children, let us make them understand what is changing.
Now, when we are talking of we make them understand,
Yes.
and he's used for that mommy's hug in the evening.
Yes.
And maybe he's like, let's talk over the minors, like 0 to 5.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
How will I make them understand that this time around,
Yes.
no hugs? We are keeping distance.
It could be a bit difficult, especially if the child is very young, but you speak in a language that your child can understand. Because if it is this culture of hugging, you are the one who is initiated it.
Exactly.
And if you have to kind of stop it right now for a moment, you are still the one to guide your child or look for another way of making your child understand, okay, fine, I've not hugged you, but this is what I've done for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Is anxiety treatable?
Oh, yeah.
Can I refer someone to a doctor and go and be treated? Anxiety disorder or what kind of?
Recently, a friend of mine came to
Yeah.
me and was telling me about a neighbor's child who was not able to settle in the house. And the child was asked, what is it? I want to go out. I want to go to my friend. And now the mother was so worried. And when the mother was so worried, he went and knocked to the neighbor's house, and the child ran there. And when the child ran there, the child was settled, meaning this child was so anxious and was looking for a way to be contained. But now you are asking whether the
Is it
If
treatable?
anxiety is treatable, yes, it is treatable, and that's why we are saying the counselors are there, the counselors are available. If you find like your child is having extreme anxiety, you can be helped. Your child can be taken through. Your child can talk it out, or also you can also try to talk to your child so that you can calm down your baby.
Okay.
Yeah, or even for an adult can also be very anxious, and at the same time, even this adult can share it with a friend. Yeah.
So through the counseling sessions.
Yes.
But there is no way someone can go through the medic way. Are there tablets to deal with anxiety?
Unless it's so extreme and maybe someone really need to be reviewed by maybe a clinical psychologist or maybe a psychiatrist, where maybe you may need to be put on medication. But that one, let's say for example, maybe you're so anxious, so much such that you cannot sleep, and now again when you're not able to sleep again for so many days, again it's going to reflect back on your body badly, and that's why maybe you can seek the help of a trained clinical psychologist or even a psychiatrist, and maybe they can look on that, and maybe or even a qualified doctor who can give you medication for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is something that we can deal with.
Yes, anxiety, we can deal with it. Yeah.
Now, on that point,
yes,
let's come with coping now and managing.
Yes.
Because if it can occur both in children and in adults,
yes,
it is as well, it can be managed.
Yes.
To a point whereby we don't want it to go to that extreme level.
Yes.
How can we cope with anxiety?
Coping with anxiety, there are those things that we need to accept.
Okay.
For right now, we are having COVID-19.
Yes.
It's good to accept that COVID-19 is here with us. And we need to do something, just like the government read new regulation where if you are not going to work, you can stay at home. Follow those rules. They will help you just to stay safe. Then we've been told that you need to wash your hands regularly, you need to sanitize, you need to use your mask, you need to use your gloves. It's you need to use your mask the way it's supposed to be, and even when you are using them, it's good to use them on the right way. And for example, right now I'm having a mask on. I'm having a mask on.
Yes.
And as I am having the mask on, if I need to remove this mask, I should not remove it like this. Okay. Why? If the person who was speaking to me, the droplets fell on this mask, if it fell on this mask and I removed it this way, it means I can contract the virus. Therefore, if I want to remove it, I can remove it like this.
Okay.
So that I can also be safe. So it's just one way to stay safe. It's good for us to stay safe, accept what we can't change, we can't change. Remember, there are things we cannot change. It's good for you to accept. Those things that we need to adjust, we also need to adjust. Just the way I was saying, there's a new routine already. Okay. And the new routine is we cannot greet each other. And you know, we are Africans.
And we love hugging.
We love hugging.
Yeah.
We love shaking our hands. We've also been told about social distance, where we need to be away from each other. We just need to keep that distance. Again, we've been told that if you're feeling unwell, you need to go and seek help. If there is that cough, you're having maybe chest pains, or there is also high temperature, you need to be seen and be evaluated, and then you'll be helped. It's also part of coping. At the same time, you also need to eat well, eat your balanced diet, just whatever you can afford. Just make sure you have eaten. At the same time, you know, right now we are having children at home. And since we are not allowing them to go and play with the neighbors, we can look for games they can play just within their compound or just within the house. Or you as a parent, if you are there, just join your children. Look for games you can play together. Supervise the homework the children are supposed to be doing right now, so that it's just a way to make sure these children are coping. At the same time, you can develop your new routine in the house. When you wake up in the morning, this is what you need to do. at this hour you need to do this, at this hour you need to do this, is also part of coping. Again, you as a parent to these children, it's good to keep talking to your children, keep talking to them, allaying their anxiety. Find out what have they learned from the news. I remember when the first patient died, it is my young son who told me, Mom, you know what? Someone who had corona died.
We are coming to that.
Yes.
Remember, our viewers, it is not a matter of just putting the mask, but as well learning how to remove your mask to avoid contracting the virus to other people. It is so important, especially this time of pandemic, we understand how to cope with this COVID-19. And when you talk of COVID-19, it seems that it is something that you're going to manage, especially dealing with the anxiety, because it is at high peak. We are coming back. Thank you.
Walk with me, walk with